two new laws passed by the state legislature, which are supposed to take effect in January of 2021. The first statute is the Equal Pay for Equal Work Act. It was passed by the legislature in 2019 with an effective date of January 2021. I believe that the purpose was to allow employers the opportunity to get ready and the state the opportunity to issue regulations. Unfortunately, then COVID happened and neither of those things has occurred. So the Equal Pay for Equal Work Act is similar to our federal law with some notable exceptions. The first is it eliminates the catch-all defense of a differential based upon any factor other than sex. And therefore, in many ways, the law is much narrower than the federal law. You also cannot ask an applicant about their wage history, nor can you use their wage history to set their compensation. Finally, it requires that the entirety of any differential between men and women to be based on the factor you're relying upon. So in that sense, if you are differentiating, you have to show that the entire differential is due, for example, to the fact that the employee travels. Another part that makes this law unique is to facilitate the goals of the statute. The legislature has required employers to do some posting. First, all job postings must now contain both salary or salary range and a description of the benefits. Second is a posting requirement. The goals of this statute, employers must now post job openings internally for at least 24 hours before any promotional opportunity is awarded. And for all job postings, they must post both the salary or salary range and the benefits for the particular job. And presumptively, anyone who is hired for that job has to be paid within the salary range and has to receive the benefits that are posted. The second statute that is going into effect in January of 2021 here in the state of Colorado is the Healthy Family and Workplaces Act. And here the legislature actually took advantage of COVID to push this paid sick leave bill through. It takes effect for all employers who have at least 16 or more employees, starting in January of 2021. And then it actually takes effect for all employers, regardless of the number of employees you have, beginning in 2022. The law requires that employees earn 1 hour of sick leave for every 30 hours worked. And it applies to both full-time and part-time employees. The law requires that employees be permitted to use any accrued leave they have, regardless of how long they've worked. And it requires that employers roll over up to 48 hours of sick leave annually that hasn't been used. It does, however, allow that employers don't have to provide more than 48 hours of sick leave per year. It's not required to be paid out on termination. And there is an interesting twist in the law that actually requires employers to augment sick leave in the event of a public health emergency, such that every employee has at least 2 weeks of paid sick leave available during that public health emergency. At this point, neither statute has had regulations issued, which makes it critically important that employers consult with counsel as they develop policies or to apply to these new laws.